Hello, are you a hardcore IDV fan? Do you play Identity V on a daily basis? Are you a sweating rank? And do you hate, and let me reiterate, do you hate emoters, graffitis, and everything that basically NetEase has released within the recent years, such as promote emotes and just graffiti spamming in general? But look no more, you cannot hide those. Quite literally, you can now actually hide those. If you go in towards settings and then go into combat, you will now be able to hide emotes and hide graffitis. It should be just below it in battle display. Here we go, hide emote and hide graffitis. You can choose the game mode and factions where emotes are disabled. You can also choose the game modes and factions where graffitis are disabled. If we go into settings right now, you can disable emotes for all allies and for all enemies. Probably from the side of Hunter, if you're playing Hunter, you can disable this for all enemies. Probably from the side of all allies, you can disable this from all allies. And this will be the funniest thing ever as we move on towards the video to give you a bit of a showcase. Okay, let's see here from Hunter's point of view. So for our meteorologist, I'm gonna get meteorologist here to do the agree emote here. You can see this agree emote. You can see there's the graffiti on the ground, right? This time, all we're going to do is we're gonna press escape. We're going to go in towards combat, and under combat, just battle display. We're gonna check all for hide emotes. So as you can see here, everything's checked. And we're gonna check all for hide graffitis. Everything is checked. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to use our emote. And as you can see, it doesn't work there. We're going to use a graffiti. As you can see, it doesn't work there. Now, of course, some people will be like, hey, Kudo, but you might have not been, pressing anything. Let me just get my camera on. Okay, so here you can see that my camera is on and you can see my phone. And of course, you can see the screen as well. What I'm going to do is I am going to activate this. As you can see on my phone, it shows, but on the screen, it doesn't. Let's try it again. So you just can't see, so there you go. It activates on phone, it doesn't activate on screen. And let's do it for graffiti as well. So graffiti is right here, you can see it. It gets placed, but it gets placed somewhere else. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand over here, I'm going to go back to my game, and we're going to re-watch it from this point of view. We're going to do it here once again. So where's the graffiti? There's the graffiti. So we're going to press the graffiti over here. As you can see, there is no graffiti on the ground. But there is a graffiti here for us. If you see here, right, the graffiti is right next to Geisha. So from Hunter's point of view, this is absolutely speaking pretty. Now then, let's see this from Survivor's point of view. So now, as you can see on my screen, we're going to use our emote here. The emote does activate, but then the Survivors cannot see the emote. So there you go. It also doesn't work for Survivors too. Okay then, let's talk about this from everyone's point of view, let's say, but this is my personal opinion. Please do share yours down below as well, as I would be pretty interested in it too. So let's go through it. From a Hunter's point of view and from me playing a Hunter, I think this is really good, especially for newbie Hunters as well. And this is really good, especially with the fact that newbie Hunters will not get discouraged when they play rank or in any other game modes when they're learning Hunter too. Personally speaking, from my experience when I started playing Hunter, I genuinely speaking did not like TME's provoke emote. I genuinely speaking did not like Forward's provoke emote. I genuinely speaking did not like Thief's provoke emote, right? And yes, I know 7 years into the game, they finally decided to add this in, but hey, look, it is what it is. At least it's in right now, and it will encourage more Hunters to be playing in quick match or in rank so I can fully go towards survivor ranking. Right, but honest be to God with you, right, it also is really nice as well, especially with the fact that personally speaking, I don't want to be able to hear Thief's moaning noises from like 200 meters away. I personally don't want to see TME twerking at me when she's getting out of the exit gate. I personally don't want to see survivors in a nutshell start emoting right after a pallet stunning as if they're doing something great. I don't see it as a really good sportsmanship type of vibe. Of course, if you're playing Survivor and your Survivor emotes at you in a friendly manner, of course that is good. That is definitely no problem at all. But like realistically speaking, it can be genuinely speaking really disheartening for newer Hunter mains, especially when they play Hunter as well. And like there's two sides of the coin to this as well, right? Like for people who say, oh, emoting, graffitiing is not toxic, it is fair from your point of views, but from a majority's point of view, it kind of is toxic. I do think in one sense it's kind of maybe maturity, and it kind of is maybe just depending on everyone's personality types. Some people just don't give a flying duck. Some people do give a flying duck even if they don't want to as well, right? So like this is kind of just suited for globally speaking, it's an on and off option. It's not permanently removed for anyone, so like you can keep it if you want to, you can remove it if you want to as well, right? But like from a hunter's point of view, I really like this, especially for newer hunters as well. When we want to get newer hunters in towards the match, in towards this game too, it's a very nice type of environment to be made, especially for lower tiers too, right? You get new or more lower tier hunters playing, so your waiting time wouldn't be that long. So this is honestly speaking really, really, really good. But what about from the survivor's point of view? From a survivor's point of view, this might not seem as good, because if you want to play with your friends, such as duo queuing, trio queuing, this might just not be good, because you don't want like a random solo or a random duo queue to ruin your experience, right? So like on one side, this is kind of like double edge of the sword, but if you're a solo queue, main like me, and you meet a lot of toxic survivors in rank, just depending on when you rank, and they emote at you when you kite, and like these do happen pretty often as well. It's just recently what I realized too. It's the fact that like we all make mistakes in rank, fair enough. Like even in rank when I play solo, and like look, I do get annoyed. Like we all do get annoyed, it's just a game after all, but we don't go into post-match, right? But I do feel like it's another level of pettiness where you have to follow the survivor that made a bad mistake and start emoting them when they're either sitting on chair or when they're kiting. Like, what's the point in that, really? There's really no point in that except for being toxic, like it's a game, we all make mistakes, it is what it is. Like, it is just what it is at the end of the day. If you want to start losing less points, all you have to do is heal, decode a little bit more Cypher Machine, gain as much deduction points as possible, and aim for that -1, -2, or just +0, +1, right? Even if it's a loss. So it's still doable for survivors to get that, minimal rank points deductions, right? So like from my point of view, it's just not fun really by that point. And of course, because this is active as well, they're really reportable too, especially from your point of view as well. They're just following you for some reason. You can report them as non-participation, and the TLDR of that really, they get losing morality points. Yes, they won't get banned, but losing morality points is at least something. But who are the survivors that kind of get nerfed because of this hiding emotes effect, right? Coordinator. I do feel really bad for Coordinator, but Coordinator right now cannot use her pew pew emote anymore to scare the hunters. So like if all hunters turn off their turn off the emotes for survivors, I don't think Cordy's pew pew emote would be able to do anything to the hunter. It is a very unfortunate part of the scenario where there's really nothing that can be done from Cordy's point of view, but this is an indirect nerf to Cordy, unfortunately speaking. But this does promote, hey, there's no point of you really trying to emote at a survivor. They won't be able to see it anyways. Just go decode, go play the game, and get out. Honestly speaking, just get out and play and enjoy the game. It's just a game at the end of the day. You're not playing competitive. I know it's ranked, but it's still not competitive, right? And from Hunter's point of view, this does, of course, encourage more Hunters to be played, but we'll have to see at the end of the day. And it does make sense as well, because Cowboy can hide carrying animation, so why can't Hunters and Survivors in general hide graffiti and emotes in general too? A lot of these, right, is kind of eye-opening for me, because I didn't know a lot of these happened until I opened TikTok just recently. I was like, oh, let me check what IDV TikTok is doing, and I kind of regretted my decision opening that app, I won't lie to you, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I would like to hear your opinions on the bottom as well, but we'll see y'all in the next video.